A quick side out here to get us started.
0-0-1. Second server.
George being dominant there. We can look to see more of that over these next two sets.
0-0-2.
He'll look to take middle, take charge of the ball.
Point.
Early dink error there from Nicola, trying to go back in behind Gabe, keeping him honest.
Need more south-north.
It's not a bad play with the way that
More south-north.
Gabe plays.
West.
And Gabe almost spitting the dummy there with that call.
First only warning.
He's not happy.
It's got to come from underneath.
All right,
Should
and
be
the
a
players
reserve.
questioning the service action here. Referee David J. Let's get a quick look at it there.
1-0-2.
Looks like he's coming up to down. Sorry, down to up. Great lead
That
from
ball
George.
by Tardio going long.
0-1-1. Second server.
Good spot there, right at the feet of Nicola Schoeman. Ball to
0-1-2.
bring it in at 0-1-2 here in game one.
Oh wow, that's some fast hands from George there.
Point.
Just goes to show that he has the capability of matching it with the best players over here. Let's see.
1-1-2.
First serve.
Thrown out.
Great spot there by Tardio, making life really difficult for Nicola.
1-1-1. Second server.
Great lead from Nicola there. Yeah, she's done a little bit of work with a coach that's pretty well known in the PPA scene in both Australia and USA, Wes Gabrielson. Is Nicola.
Point. Two on two.
Oh wow, quick hands from George there.
Yeah, Irvine speed up down the middle, but George Wall was all over that one.
You can see this match straight away is a lot closer and a lot more evenly matched. A couple of side outs, a couple of speed ups that haven't gone quite the way, and that's a great drop from George Wall.
Beautiful drop, putting some really good pressure on Jesse there.
2-2-1.
That is huge from Jesse Irvine.
Two,
2-2-2. Here we go.
Side out.
Not quite the reset we want there from Nicola.
No, just didn't use her legs well enough there to give it enough air up and over.
2-2-1. Point.
A few errors creeping in here from Nicola. They're going to start to target her if they see that. A couple of cracks opening up.
3-2-1.
And that's a great flick from Tardio. He has hit some ridiculous shots like that in the past two matches. That acceleration,
4-2-1.
you can see with that slow-mo how much work he gets on that ball.
So much work. quick switch here.
Point.
Wasn't really on balance well enough to, I think, execute that lob, JT.
No, and she's looking at going down the shortest part of the court, which is quite tough. You've got to hit that lob from her position across through the middle. And you see a lot of the girls doing that lob, but it's cross court, or it's cross through the middle. Gives you a little bit more room for error. There it is. Oh, a little bit of a paddle touch.
Well, they both wanted that one.
You can see there the lob from Irvine. That's exactly what I need to see from Nicola here. Oh, wow.
Second server.
Seemed a little bit too easy there from Irvine.
2-5-2.
That one drops in.
Yeah. Wow.
And I think
called out.
The ball has been called out. Wall
looks like
questioning
from the replay.
referee.
3-5-2.
Looks like it was definitely out. Yeah, it was a good call. Referees will correct it. Oh. Yes, there we
Great
go.
spot.
We like to see that. 5-4. We are
4-5-2.
very close here in this game. It's a great pickup.
Sign out.
St. George is trying to do a little bit too much there. Got his trust his opponent, trust his partner. Let Nicola hit that backhand reset and then come forward.
5-4-1.
Wow, that's a great speed up.
George's speed up down the middle off the bounce is so effective. He rarely misses that target.
What you can see is he's opening up the court. He's taking Irvine wide and then speeding up through the middle. That's exactly what we need to do. Tardio then has to try and take over a little bit more. That space is opened up.
What a fantastic point there by all four players.
And the crowd are really getting into it and they're respecting that great play.
Jesse.
It's standing room only here.
Yeah, we need to get some more stands for the finals, I reckon. Oh, wow.
Point.
Gabe Tardio showing George Wall exactly what he is capable of doing. That was an ankle breaker. And a timeout called by the team of Wall and Schoeman. George needs to rest those ankles after that shot. Jesse Irvine, Gabe Tardio taking a 7-4 lead here in game one of this round of 16 match.
Ooh, that's a great drop.
And not the way that George Wall wants to start after that timeout called.
8-4-2.
Yeah, you want to get the momentum rolling after a timeout, and that's not what they got. And another point going the way of the Americans.
And Jessie unleashes on that forehand drive, doesn't she?
Yeah, she really gets the whole body into it and rips it through.
It's such a stiff arm when she does. It's so effective.
Point.
Yeah, you can see Nicola getting a little bit targeted here. They're taking the ball into the body of her.
Yeah, she's certainly feeling it, isn't she?
10-4-2.
That's another lob out of the air.
Point, first game.
Jesse getting out of the way there of the Gabe Tardio coming across the court. They take game one convincingly in the end.
Get ready, Pickleball fans. The PPA Tour is bringing the action to you. Whether you love to play or watch, this is your chance to experience pickleball at its best. Mark your calendars for our next tour stops. Tucson, Arizona, February 5th to February 9th. Mesa, Arizona, February 17th to February 23rd. Cape Coral, Florida, March 5th to March 9th. Don't miss your chance to experience the thrill. Watch the pros, cheer for your favorites, register to play, and buy your tickets now at ppatour.com.
Yeah, we'll start off this second set with Irvine serving. Speed up, straight through the middle from Irvine. And say Nicola needs to sit on that backhand a little bit more when Irvine has a dead dink like that or a dead ball in the mid-court.
1-0-2. Point.
Great point there. And an upset on the outside courts, Jason. Caitlin Christian and Alex Hunt, the number 8 seeds, going down to the Aussie-New Zealand pairing, Valeska Hoth and Connor Robert Shaw in the first round.
Yeah, Connor's a big boy and obviously really excelling out on those outside courts. Hopefully we see that big guy out here on the center court next up.
So great to see the Aussie-New Zealand pairing upsetting one of the US pairs here in Australia.
Point. Timeout called.
Timeout called from George. And yeah, you can really see Tardio start to take over now. Those backhand drops into George's backhand corner. He's trying to cover the middle. So those are the best drops that are going to occur and create some opportunities if the if the male is taking a lot of the court. You can see here the replay of this backhand drop. Net cord, got a net cord, but I think he's proven that he's wrong footing George and trying to catch him out.
Well, also on the outside courts, moving through, we have Jay de Villiers and Elise Jones beating probably Australia's best mixed doubles pairing, Joey Wild and Danielle Townsend, 11-8, 11-2.
Yeah, it's been a while since Joey and Denny have actually lost a match in Australia. I think they've gone 3 or 4 PPAs in a row, so yeah, it's a bit disappointing to see them go out early, but obviously to a classic good pair from de Villiers.
Side out.
All right, and a good timeout, and they get the ball back in hand to Nicola and George.
There we go, there's some fast hands. Irvine speeding up through the middle and George sitting on his forehand and then with a backhand follow-up.
1-4-1. Sand server.
The high forehand volley by the US females is exceptional. Look at this straight arm here. Not quite.
Sign out.
Great point by all 4 players here.
This is the forehand we're talking about, Brendan.
4-1-1.
Backy flick from Tardio. And then we see this put away. Just got so much power on it.
Just coming across.
Coach! We love to see that athleticism.
Irvine and Tardio just full of confidence now.
5-1-1.
After that close start to game 1, they are just rolling right here. That is a great drive cross court, dipping so quickly.
George didn't even have enough time to get a hand on that. That's when you know she is on fire.
6-1-1.
Look at that technique, straight up the back of the ball. You can see it's different technique to a tennis technique. When we actually go back up, these paddles don't generate too much spin.
Point.
I am shocked.
Freakishly good.
I am absolutely shocked from that ball from Tardio. Inside out forehand straight through the middle. George didn't even know what happened.
7-1-1.
carnage right now on championship court for the Aussies.
There we go, George. Here we go.
Twice.
I'd like to see a timeout from George potentially when they get the serve back, just to hold that momentum.
7-1-2.
Let's see Irvine in that transition zone. Now she's come up.
George was there, he was sitting on it.
Point.
Yeah, I guess he saw it, but she's picking a different spot to what he's used to. She's not going line, she's going into that left hip, and that's a struggle for George to defend against.
Okay, they get the ball back in hand now, do the Aussies. Can they claw their way back in game 2? The crowd will be hoping so.
It's a great lead from Nicola. You can hear George calling that out.
Point.
We've got a point. We're on the board. No, we've got 2 points now.
Jessie going big and bigger there.
Wow.
Good hands by George Wall, but it's not enough in the end. Jessie Irvine puts that one away cross court.
Fortunately, that drop needs to be a little bit better from Nicola there. She probably needs to go center to keep it away from that Tardio backhand flick.
Next on championship court, Jade Williams, Alex Jones, Alex Strong, and Colin Jones. Next on
Backhand from Irvine goes wide.
Let's see if the Aussie pair can get a few more points here. Put the pressure back on the American team.
Side out.
Backhand is so effective from Gabe Tardio, so compact, so precise.
Yeah, unfortunately, mid-court speed up to the backhand isn't quite going to cut it at this level. Where you see a stay. Neck cord that drops in.
And that does just drop in, I think, up the end of Nicola Schoeman and George Wall. Unfortunately for the Aussie pairing.
In that back corner.
Nothing you can do about that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Nicola needs to be careful here. She's almost been baited into hitting that a little bit deeper. Wall and Schoeman take a timeout. They've got some work to do. They have a big mountain to point for Jessie Irvine and Gabe Tardio.
First serve to come in.
Jessie's very lucky that ball didn't go through her then.
Yeah, and we're talking about the lob. That's straight down the line in front of the male. I'd like to see that go over the left side of the female player there.
And that return does go long from Nicola Schoeman. Irvine and Tardio, very convincing, 11-4, 11-3 over the Aussie pairing of George Wall and Nicola Schoeman. They move on to the quarter-finals. We will be back with more action here on Championship Court very soon.